Hello everyone, welcome to my 6th devlog. In this vlog, I'm going to try and finish my drag and drop system. And oh boy, there's a lot here for so few features. And the weird part is, it started out so simple, it's just the nuances that made it harder than it needs to be. So here's what I needed to do. I have the draggable behavior for my test object, but I have no idea how to make it where I click on the object to move it, another one appears. And once that one appears, moving the original object doesn't cause more of the object to appear. So basically, let's say I get a pepperoni. Once I drag and drop the pepperoni, I want a new one to appear where the first one was. But I also want any dragged and dropped object movable, so you can make sure your pizza is perfect. And I don't want a new object to spawn every time the object is moved. So like, let's say I move the pepperoni, right? But then where I originally got it from, it keeps spawning and makes a pile, which will also slow your game down over time. I don't want that. So I didn't know how to do that. And to remedy my overwhelm and unsurety of where to start, I decided I don't know where to start with the rest of the system. So I'm going to make an account on the GDevelop form and just ask. It can't hurt to ask. I got a response and it was so simple. As usual, it was simple. Just make a button. I love buttons. I know that's a weird thing to say, but when I made games, I loved making menus and buttons you can click. I just like buttons. I know it's weird, but leave me alone, let me have it. There was another solution as well. I kinda understood it, but I also don't, so I didn't try it. I'll link the thread below in case anyone else is struggling with what I did. Maybe the second solution will make more sense to you. So I make a test button. Looked around the behaviors, there wasn't a button behavior, but you can also install more behaviors to like a file. And I found a button behavior. So I selected that and installed it. I managed to get this button idea to work, but it's awkward because your new object spawns wherever you tell it to. In my case, XY of the mouse, which is great, but you have to click twice, which isn't hard, but it's awkward. This is something I'm working to fix. I decided for now, maybe I'll make a place for things to spawn, like a plate or something. But until then, I picked a random spawn point pretty close to the crest object. I figured, okay, before I work out the kinks, or at least try to, I'm going to try with my other ideas. Just to like see if they work, you know. I'm just doing in the can I get it to work stage, not can I get it to look good and work right stage. First, I tried the right click to erase. Worked great! Until I realized it deletes every object with the same name as the one I click on. Wonderful! Love that for me. I don't know how to fix that, so that goes on the back burner too. But can I rotate? Can I get it to work? Also super simple, but it also rotates everything with that object name. I even made a new sprite for a mushroom and switched it out, and it confirmed, yes, it does rotate everything with the same name. I made the mushroom because it's more obviously a weird shape, so it would be easier to tell if it rotates, and yet, it definitely rotates. Unfortunately, it rotates all of them, which is not what I want. Wonderful, love that for me. So it turns out, it's not because everything is the same name, or maybe it is, but that's just a factor of it. It's because of the action with the mouse. And I can't find anything that says only interact with one instance. An instance would be, I drag 5 pepperonis on the screen. One pepperoni is one instance of that object. It is not just the object. But the way it looks when I'm trying to get stuff to work, it's seeing all instances as the same object and not individual instances of an object. I do not know if that makes sense, but that's the best I know how to describe it. And I looked everywhere. I looked on the forums, I looked on Google, I tried to like scroll through all of the mouse setting things that I could find. I cannot find where it will only interact with one instance. There's probably a different way to do it that I do not know. If you know it, please let me know. Because this is what I came up with. So instead of the mouse controls, I came up with a different solution. I made a trash can to delete stuff, and then I made a Junimo as a placeholder for now. As an object, you hover the topping over and it rotates. It makes more visual clutter, which I don't want, but I'll make those things small. In the meantime, if someone knows how to make that work, please let me know. I'm proud I found a solution, but I would still like less visual clutter. But until then, we'll work it out. And that is it for this voiceover. I am now going to go to a clip of me like showing you through my file of what I've got so far. I know I explained it, but it's easier to understand when you see it. So that's what we're gonna do next. Alright, here's what I have so far. I know the file is still hideous. I am hoping next vlog will be when we start putting some art into the game. Or it might be me thumbnailing some ideas for other parts of the game. I don't know which one yet, but it will be art related most likely, unless something comes up in the next week. But this is the project file so far, and let me show you my solutions and what I've gotten done so far. So here's preview. And of course, we got the cursor to work. Here's my little trash can. I'm kind of proud of this trash can, as bad as it looks. I did it with a mouse in like a minute. And it just reminds me, you know those really old, horribly made games for kids in like the late 90s that look like they're made in MS Paint? It reminds me of that. And I'm really kind of attached to the little trash can. I'm sorry, look at him, he's cute. I can't help it. But yeah. So, here's a little Junimo. I was seeing what would look good where, and I'm not done with that yet. So here is a couple mushrooms. Now here's what I wanted it to do. I wanted to like right click and it rotate like that. I didn't make it slower though, that's way too fast. But I wanted to rotate by me clicking, but it doesn't work, so I had to make this object instead. It keeps spinning until you get off of it, so you're gonna have to go fast. I wanted it to be a right click thing, but it didn't work. And then we have the trash can. And you just drag it on top of the trash can. Those are my solutions. I can show you what I was trying to do, and if someone knows how to get it to work, that would be great. So let's just say, yes, that's it. If the left button is down, no, I want left, I want right. Right button. If the right button is down, then let's just say this. Delete the object. Okay, so deletes the object, and let's make a couple. It deletes all of them, which is annoying. That's not what I wanted. And you can, and also, whoopsie, I wanted it to be, instead of maybe delete the pepperoni, it'll rotate the pepperoni. So if I, yes, continue anyway. So if I spawn it, it'll spin. That's fun. But if I add another one, and another one, and another one, they all spin. And that's not what I want, which is why I made this, which is too fast, I'm aware, and which is why I made this. So if anyone knows how to get that to work, please let me know. Oh yeah, I should have just pointed out also. Here's my button system. I'm gonna make it better. I'm gonna like, it's not really a system. I just give all of them a button behavior and just tell the button what to do. It's not really that hard. So what I'm going to have to do is for each topping, I'm gonna have to make a button. I don't know if there's a variable thing that I can do that makes this faster. Maybe there is. I have to watch the UI menu video again to know how to make menus. So maybe I'll watch that before I make all of the buttons so I know what to do. But I do want it when you drag over it, like if you like put your cursor over to like get lighter or something, or get like a little glow behind it or something, like the sprite will change or something like that. And also some sounds. because my old one had sounds. I can show you the old one real quick. Here's the sounds, like, you know, when you go over the buttons, then go over these, pick one, and like I want to like do like, see how this looks with like the glowy bit and stuff. I want to do this with the new game. I have started working on assets for this. I've made the cheese, the pepperoni, made olives and a mushroom, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, I added a couple new things too, but I haven't put them in the game yet. That might be the next vlog, or I've also done some thumbnailing for the menus and things. That might be the next vlog. I don't know which one will be which. But yeah, this is it for this vlog. I hope you found it interesting or something. I don't know. But this is the vlog. But yeah, that's this. If you know an easier way for the rotating and the other thing to be like holding down shift or something, or like, I don't know, right click, whatever. I just want it to be where not everything goes at once. I don't know how to do that. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all had an interesting time, I guess. Like I said, the next video should be prettier at least. We shouldn't have all of this hideous art. I've started with the toppings. I have not started with the crust. I might make a couple crust backgrounds too, because this thing is hideous. I hate it. But but yeah, with that, I will see you all later. And yeah, thank you all for watching. Bye.